So where do we start, boomers, when it comes to changing our attitude and motivation? Professional life coach Daune Thompson spends a lot of time helping people understand what they've created first before they can change it. In fact, she's written a book about it. Get ready for some serious drama detox. Oh my God.
We've created it. We've cooked up this pot of stew, we've put everyone in it, we've made all these juicy ingredients, and then it starts to simmer down and we're like, I haven't heard from so-and-so today, or I haven't heard, and we make a call or a text and we stir the pot, and it's us. So the detox has to come from just like when someone overeats. You know, you go out and eat this huge meal and then you have dessert and you had too much to drink and you feel like you just want to purge it, and it takes a while to cleanse. But whether we overindulge in anything, you have to detox the body and then you feel much better. Same thing goes with the drama in our lives. Get quiet, and that's when you're going for a walk or you're marching in place and moving and you're thinking about things. When you're quiet, you're hearing those little ticks going off inside of your head saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I can't go to California. I want you to trump them by saying, nope, take the batteries out of those clocks and hang new clocks inside of your head stating, I'm amazing, I'm smart, I'm wise, I can find the funding, I will get to California. As hard as it is, you have to choose what you want. And a lot of people are going to have to step up and say, you know what, I really want to move to California. It may not be for 3 years, but that's what I want. We're so ingrained of more, 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 more. We've lived that lifestyle for the last 20 years. More, more, more. I want more. I want a bigger house. I want a bigger car. I want more food. I want more travel. I want more, 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 more. Oh, that's right. Now I got to take care of mom. Oh, that's right. I have to take care of the kids. Oh, that's right. I have to make dinner. And women, it's not that we should do it all, but we know we can do it all. And this is one of the tricks for women is just because you can doesn't mean you should. We're missing the childhood joy. And that's really what makes us happy. If you've noticed, a lot of the simple things in life, that's what makes us happy. Every day I get asked a 3-letter word. Why? And guess what? It's not a statement why, it's a why question. Everybody wants to know why in question form, and I thought, I don't think we should make why a question. I think it should be a statement, which is what IDI kind of spilled into and has turned into and what you're all going to learn today. So, someone, when I asked that question in the past, she's called my mother, was a very smart woman and said to me one day when I was struggling, like we all do in whatever parts of our lives, just leaving a divorce, single mother, starting a new business. I've got all this turmoil taking place in my life, and I'm like, why me? How many of you said that? Why? Why? Laying on the ground, throwing a temper tantrum. And then it hit me, and the words came out of her mouth and said, but you deserve it. You deserve to do these things that I was holding back myself from, and it wasn't anyone else stopping me. It was me. Because I had gone through all this unworthy frustration, but it started from when I was younger, and we're going to go and dive into all this stuff today in a fun way, but we're going to open it up to the point where you're not going to need, you don't need me as a coach, which we do deeper work as a coach, but you don't need me to help you figure out why. So after I heard those 3 little words, you deserve it, I thought, you know what, she's right. I do deserve it. And lo and behold, I deserve it is what you guys are experiencing today. It's 4 years, 5 years in the making of what has kind of turned into this career, this path. As you heard, I've been in the food industry, I've been in the wellness industry, I've been in the teaching industry, I've been in the speaking industry, I've been in the salon industry, I've been in the beauty industry, I've been all down those paths. And at the end of the day, you're always going to get dragged towards where you're good. And what you believe in your why is not a question anymore, but you know why you're doing it. Makes sense to you. How many of you, since speaking of fitness industry, have exercised? How many of you exercise? How many of you exercise once in your life? Okay. Yeah, that was good. I did once. Okay. The one time you did, haven't worked out in weeks, and then you exercise. How do you feel the next day?
Sore.
Why? The muscles have not been trained to stay strong. They're sore, and you can, when you can barely pick up the paper, and you're like, or you use your foot to pick something up because you can't bend down, or you can't sit, and it hurts. But then you keep doing it, and you keep doing it, and what does the sore turn into? Oh, it's early. Drink coffee. It turns into strength. When you have enough pressure on something, it starts building and building and building, and you get stronger, right? And then you're not sore anymore, and you can do that exercise repetitive. Then we have to do more exercise and more intense exercise with more pressure, correct? Well, I find it fascinating, though, when you're doing that same kind of experience, but when it has to do with the mind. And we have this ability to have these patterns of thoughts that haven't been exercised, basically. And they haven't been, they've been trained to think a certain way for a very long time. It's kind of like the untrained, unexercised body. But then we go and put a new thought pattern in, or we open up a door, those doors that have been padlocked in our heads, in our minds, in our bodies, our thoughts, our memories. And we don't want to go there, so we keep it padlocked. But you kind of finally open up the padlock, open up the door, and you let a little light in. You're like, whoa, way too scary, not going there. That's the pain, right? But then you open up the door enough times, and you start realizing, it's kind of nice having some light in here. It's really not that big of a deal. Same experience, physically or mentally. It's just that with the physical, it's easier to understand because you see the muscle, you touch the muscle, it hurts, you have a why, right? You have a statement, you know why it hurts. But most of the whys that are coming from most of you, us, me, our experiences in life, we don't know why. We can't touch it. We can't find it because it's all... it seems like everybody's going through, I need to change my career. I need to change my relationship. I need to change my income level. I need to change something. Huge transformational changes that are going through people. And we're having a hard time with it. The whole intent on this class is you come here and you learn one tool to help you shift something in your life. Even if it's little, you can use it in your world, in your life, in your day, whatever it is. But what I'm finding though, and this happened recently, was we all noticed that the change is happening faster. So just when you get your bearings straight and everything starts, you're kind of getting everything going, I got this roadmap going, it shifts again. And then you got to figure that one out. And then you're getting going and all of a sudden it shifts again. Have you all noticed that lately? You can't get your bearings straight, right? So it's a hard path. So it kind of keeps our feathers ruffled, and we have a hard time adapting to different experiences because nothing seems to have its continuity and smooth flow like it used to. And if you can imagine a towel that's wet, and the planet is wringing us out, forcing every drop out of us. Well, the only way you can do that is force you to get faster and better at it, at changing and shifting and adapting to new ways and adapting to where you're going and what you're doing. And so it's kind of like the planet is energetically cleaning us. It's the best way I can visually give you a picture. It's forcing us to make changes because the planet can't go on living like it was, where everybody was just kind of like, oh, it's all a heyday, everything's good, it's, pie in the sky. It doesn't work like that, and we have to go back to our roots. We have to go back to simplicity. So basically, we are